up, guys? Welcome to the Carve Your Core Challenge. My name is Natalie. I'm a NASM personal trainer as well as a Legree instructor, and I am here to bring you your first day of the Carve Your Core Challenge. So we're going to talk a lot about, we're going to go through progression, and we're going to talk a lot about your core musculature. So what makes up your core? It's not just the six pack. It's a lot deeper than that. And any new mamas or hoping to be mamas, this is really going to help with that little thing called diastasis recti. There's no crunches anywhere to be seen, and we're going to focus a lot on something called the transverse abdominis. So your transverse abs, what is that? You might think it's like your cross abs or your obliques, maybe your center, not really sure. I'm sure a lot of us have questions on what that is. If you're not a trainer or don't know really any background of anatomy, your transverse abdominis is your corset muscle. So the deep core abdominals that basically hold you up strong here. Your RA, your rectus abdominis, that is just superficial. That's pretty much just the muscles on top of the rest of your core. So think of your core as a box. Your top is your diaphragm. Your diaphragm is a muscle. It's when you feel that rib cage expand and then collapse. That's your diaphragm. And then from there, again, your transverse abdominis wraps all the way around your waist. So that's why we consider this kind of lower lumbar spine part of your core. Your multifidus is also back there too. We're not going to talk too much about that, but that is a stabilizer for your spine. So if you're doing any rotational movement, that's working to just kind of keep your spine in place. And then also the bottom, we have the pelvic floor. So the muscles, we're going to get really get to know each other during this challenge. So the muscles that basically when you have to pee and you want to stop it really quick, that's what you engage. So that little pelvic tilt that's going to pull everything kind of in and up, that's your pelvic floor. So that is part of your core as well. Your glutes, those got to squeeze too, those got to fire to make everything kind of happen here. So your core basically is from here all the way down to here. And then again, the transverse abdominis, we're going to really get into that. So we're going to work on some TA breathing. The first workout is really just going to be a lot of activation, a lot of just discovering kind of imbalances in our body, and then progressing from there in the correct manner. So you're going to get a nice, strong, solid core, hopefully relieve some back pain, hopefully relieve some hip and knee pain, because a lot of that stems from imbalances in your core here. So you guys ready to get going? I'm so excited to have you here. Obviously this first video is a little longer, but let's get into it. Okay, so make sure you have a mat. You're going to go ahead and come to the floor. So we're just going to lay down. We're going to work on some TVA activation. So go ahead, lay it down, release the toes. I want you to put one hand on your diaphragm, so kind of right where that sternum is, and then one hand on your belly. So as you take a deep breath, I want you to close your lips, deep inhale through the nose. Notice what rises first. If it's your chest, I want you to focus on rising the belly. So inhale, belly expands. Your hip bones kind of feel like they're spreading apart a little bit. I want you to hold that inhale. As you exhale, I want you to tip your tailbone under. Pull your abs into the mat. Blow all that air out. Keep that engagement on your next inhale. So your inhale should be tiny. It should be from your diaphragm. Exhale, again, keep the pelvic floor tipping under. Blow it out. So a couple more here. Inhale through the nose. As you inhale, again, we don't want to have that big expansion. We want to keep that TA engaged. As you exhale, I want you to pull your TA closer to your spine. You should feel the small of your back slightly lift away from the floor, so kind of that arch. I should be able to slip a piece of copy paper. Many trainers will tell you back flat on the floor. That actually is not neutral spine. We just want to have a nice neutral spine here. So again, give me one more inhale. Exhale, pull it in tighter, as tight as you can go. Awesome. All right. Now from here, we're going to go into some knee walks. So place those hands by the sides. Knees come over the hips. So if you want a more challenging version, you can do both knees or both toes, or you can just do one knee at a time or one toe at a time. So again, find that engagement. So tip the pelvis under and then start to tap the toe, bring it up. Tap the toe, bring it up. Every time, continuously pulling in those low abdominals. Notice if you take it both toes, if this belly starts to pop up and you create this kind of loaf of bread sensation, I need you to tuck that pelvis back under and then maybe just take the feet as low as you can until you feel that belly start to pop up, and then pull it back in, drive the knees back over the hips here. So really pressing into the floor, using your breath. Knees are going to stop right in line with the hips. That's how we keep the muscle engaged. When we come in front of the hips, we lose all that deep core engagement here. So stay in it. You got about 15 more seconds. Maybe try one with both toes down. Really spread the palms wide next to you. Good. So good. Give me one more. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So palms are going to stay right there. Heels are going to be placed right next to your bum. Go ahead and shimmy the shoulders underneath. You're going to drive into the heels, lift the hips, squeeze, tuck the pelvis under, pull the low abs in and down, and lift up as high as you can. Slowly start to drop it down, drive into the heels, pop it up. So glute bridges, super simple but super effective for getting that pelvic floor to fire. Maybe you even bring into your head, okay, what would it feel like if I had to pee really bad? Squeeze that muscle and then slowly lower it right back down. Beautiful. Again, that toughest range of your motion, that's where you want to find that exhale. Again, as you inhale, try not to expand that belly too much. Keep that TA engaged. Good, getting 2 more. Good, really pressing down into the entire bottom of the feet. Good, palms engaged. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Hopefully we're feeling good. All right, so we're going to go into a bird dog. You've probably seen these before. Go ahead, place the hands underneath the shoulders. Draw the shoulders down the back. Press away from the floor. So find protraction through your shoulders. Knees come right underneath the hips. So make sure you have a wide enough base so that you're stabilized. From here, you're going to start to reach the right hand towards the front, thumb up. Good. Feel how your core wants to kind of tilt this way. You have to fight. You have to have a nice strong core to keep everything straight to the floor. Anti-rotational movement. So we want to go through all the limbs here. Your goal is to keep that torso completely facing down to the floor. Good. If you're feeling good, you can start to raise opposite hand, opposite leg. Do not arch into this back. If you're doing that, just keep it one limb at a time. Otherwise, again, keep that pelvis tucked under. You can lift, squeeze, really try to grow 1 inch longer here. As you place the hands, feel that core lift up and in again. So good, you guys. I know this seems simple, but this activation is so important, especially when we get into those more compound, powerful movements or just moves throughout your day that maybe you're straining yourself more than you really know. Good. Almost there. We're going to go into a little oblique action. Your obliques are also part of your core. They create the sides of your box. We're going in 3, 2, and 1. So go ahead and find a right side plank. So shoulder stacks right over the elbow. Palm is wide. I need that forearm perpendicular to your mat. So you can pop up on your knee, or you can have both feet stacked and rise it up. Hold it here. We're going to go into some hip dips. So tiny hip dips. It's down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you feel strong, go ahead and wrap that top hand around while keeping the hips lifted. Good. Threading that arm underneath, bringing shoulders square to the mat. Open it up. Give me 1 more just like that. Good. And sexy transition here. You can plant that forearm. Go ahead and rotate to the other side, right into the left side. So I'm actually going to flip, but you stay right there. And then we do the same thing on the left side. So it's up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wrap it around for 1. Open it up. Look up towards the hand. 2. Good. And transition to the other side. We're going to go through one more time. Good. So again, if you're just working on your strength here, just keep that lift. Stay on your knees and just keep that lift. Really actively trying to keep pressing that hip up. Over time, your hip's going to want to drop. So just being aware of that is going to just really help build some strength here, some stability, especially if you're not used to these core moves. Good. Give me 1 wrap through. Keeping the belly button tight to the spine. Open it up. Exhale. All right, switch it over. Last set this side. We have one more move, and then we are done with our first day. Oops, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't have to be a big lift and lower, just enough to keep those obliques engaged. Good. Go ahead, reach. Round, round, round. Pulling belly to spine, keeping hips lifted. Open it up. Give me one more. Beautiful. Awesome work, you guys. So we're going to go into my favorite plank exercise. You're going to get really good at planks by the end of this. So go ahead and roll out those wrists. If you have tender wrists, you can fold your mat up significantly so that it's a little higher stacked off the ground. Place the heel of your hand on the edge so that there's a decline in your wrist. That's going to take some pressure off your wrists. I personally do not like the fist thing, but you could also do that too. But we're going to just work on getting really good at planks so that it takes pressure off your wrists, because it shouldn't, if you're doing it right, it should not hurt your wrists. So hands are spread nice and wide. You're going to spiral your elbows in. Pull your armpits down your back. Draw your shoulders down your back. Good. And notice how my back is arched right now, right? I'm going to press away from the floor, engage my chest, lift the rib cage up and in, and then go ahead and start to step your feet back. From here, final piece, tuck the tail under and press away from the floor. Come high on the balls of the feet, squeeze the inner thighs. You should be shaking by now. Good. From here, we're going to go into a little bit of a doming. So finding a hollow body, press away from the floor, round, 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 round through the spine. Hold at the top for 10 seconds. Just hold. You should be shaking. Pull everything in, tuck the tail, hip bones towards your bottom of your rib cage. 3, 2, 1, roll it out. Good, nice flat back here. Keep the hips lifted. Keep pulling the hip bones towards the bottom of the rib cage. 3, 2, 1, press away. Blow out all that air. Remember that TVA breathing. 3, 2, 1. Good, roll it out. We got one more. Nice and strong here. 3, 2, 1, press away. High on the balls of your feet. If you need to scale to your knees, do that. Otherwise, come on, stay in it. We're going to go a little longer this time. Keep that roundedness. Pull the belly button to the spine. Press away from the floor. You got 4, 3, 2. Drop to your knees, child's pose. Beautiful work, you guys. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill your belly with breath. Exhale. One more deep inhale through the nose. Loud, audible exhale. Beautiful. Go ahead and come back to those wrists. So shoulders over the wrists. Little stretch before we get going on our day. Draw the shoulders down the back. Start to inhale. Drop the belly. Look up. Arch that back, find some extension through the spine. Exhale, press away. Round chin to chest, tuck tail under. And inhale. Moving through this cat, this cow, this should feel good. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Give me one more. Inhale, exhale. Just because it feels amazing. Heck yes, crew. So you have accomplished your first day of Carve Your Core. Be sure to tag Carve Your Core Challenge all over your social media posts, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram. Follow my Live Well by Natalie Instagram. If you are not in the Live Well by Natalie Facebook group, join that. I do workouts Monday, Wednesday, Friday, full-on functional workouts. Be sure to check that out, and I would love to see more of your faces. See you tomorrow.